Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Michael Noland here, and tonight I wanted to talk about these further advanced track releases from the Beatles' magnificent Revolver album. Of course, I'm talking about the brand new remix of Revolver. It's going to be released officially about a week from now, and we're all excited about that. And I've already given my review on the cut Taxman, so go to my playlist and you'll see that particular video. Now, since that video, there have been 3 further advanced track releases, and that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Now, all 3 of these, Tomorrow Never Knows, Yellow Submarine, and Got to Get You Into My Life, are all working mixes that the Beatles had going in order to develop these songs further. Now, I gotta tell you, I really am not that excited about the Tomorrow Never Knows track. Sounds almost identical to the one on Anthology. I've got to give that an A and B listen to really closely. If I'm wrong, I'll acknowledge that in the future. But despite any changes I didn't pick up, very little surprises with this mix, to tell you the truth. But then we get to the next 2, and those 2 tracks do have some surprises, especially, if you're into Beatle history like I am. You know what I mean? Like, who wrote what? What part did so-and-so play this particular instrument on? I love all of that information because you know what? It gives us a better idea of exactly how great this band really was, especially in the studio. Now, the first track up for consideration is a working track on Yellow Submarine. Although, to tell you the truth, this song probably needs another title at this point. And there's a question for the tribe. What title would you have given this song if they had just stuck with this basic approach for Yellow Submarine? You see, these 2 tracks not only give us a glimpse, like Tomorrow Never Knows does, into how the Beatles would develop their songs in the studio from scratch, but this also gives us some insight into the writing and the thinking of the Beatles. Now, this track entails I think it's just a recording of John, him on his guitar, singing what is the beginning of Yellow Submarine. Now, keep that in mind because I want to bring up that historically, starting with those infamous Rolling Stone interviews with John in the early 1970s, right? It's there where he said that Yellow Submarine was basically Paul's song with him helping out maybe a little bit on the lyrics. Now, years later in the 90s, in Paul McCartney's authorized biography, by the way, many years from now, he also lays claim to basically saying, yeah, that was mine. John may have helped out a little bit, but basically the verses, the chorus, the whole thing is mine. Yet, in March of 1967 at the Ivor Novello Awards, John Lennon, right beside Paul McCartney while being interviewed, stated that that song was written basically from 2 different songs the 2 were working on separately. And he went on further to say that it was he, Lennon, who suggested marrying the 2 songs together, adding his melody from the verses. In that case, this advanced track tells us a whole lot. This is John's song that he added to Paul McCartney's chorus that Paul was working on. Now, out of all of the advanced tracks, besides, of course, Taxman, which is magnificent, what a great remix that is, but out of all the other advanced tracks here, I've got to tell you, Got to Get You Into My Life is the most enjoyable of these mixes. Not at all like the Anthology release that, with this, actually tells us and shows us how the Beatles developed that song. They had a slower approach during the anthology tapes. That's an earlier take. Here, they're starting to build the song, and this time, instead of hearing all that horn work that we're used to hearing, we're listening to a keyboard playing those parts. Now, I would imagine that might be George Martin as he played the organ on the finished track. But you know, at first, when I first heard that keyboard part, I thought that was just another guitar part. It's only on further listenings that I heard, okay, there's some stuff there that only a keyboard could do. Guitar can't mimic that. But you know, while I thought that was still a guitar part, I could imagine myself playing that part very guitar-centric. To me, I think that part was originally probably written by Paul on a guitar, and he showed it to George, who played it on keyboards. But you know, there's really one thing I just love about this mix. This mix is gonna be worth the album's release to me, is the stabbing power that this particular track has. It is a sketchwork, no doubt, but very seriously put together. All the elements are there, folks, for this one. And of course, I can't wait to hear the stereo remixing of the final product. I am just so glad they included these advanced release tracks. You tend to really listen to the ones that are available. A real eye-opener so far on all 4 of these release tracks. I can't wait until this album is out. All right, so that's about it for tonight's video. I've got another one coming up on never-ending concerts. Can't wait to get my teeth into that one. That'll probably be my very next video. I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm kind of shoot this video to the stars, and we gather new tribal members that way. And of course, these names that you see floating in front of me are brand new subscribers. Relatively new subscribers. These folks subscribed in the summer. I am behind, and that's only because of the amazing growth this channel has had. But up to October 28th and including the 28th, you will get your shout out. I guarantee it. I'm keeping track. No cuts, folks. Everybody gets in line and they are paid attention to accordingly. New exciting changes are happening on the channel. I am in the midst of designing a tribal t-shirt. I've gotten all kinds of requests for that, and I've been actually working on that for a long time, and I'm so busy here in front of the camera and then afterwards doing my own editing. I don't send this stuff off to anybody, folks. This is me. I shoot my videos, I edit them, I upload them. So what you see is what you get. But I am in the transition of going full-time here on YouTube. And of course, that's always been the goal for the channel. The growth of the channel has taken me quite by surprise, and little old me, well, I'm learning fast, folks, but I'm still trying to catch up. By the way, always feel free to share my videos. That helps channel growth. It was the sharing of one of my videos that really established this channel. It got me to my first 1,000, and before I knew it, I was at 1,500. Built on that basis, this channel just exploded. Okay, so that's how it happens, folks, and I thank you for that. All right, folks, I'm Michael Nolan. This is The Bottom Line, and we are The Tribe. And I'll see you in my next video.